All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we've got some updates coming out of the PBC and a potential, and I do say potential, return of Errol Spence Jr. as early as November. Whole lot of signs are pointing that way. Let's talk about that and the impact of it in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about the PBC Premier Boxing Champions and what appears to be a very, very rich fourth quarter. According to one of my absolute favorite boxing news channels, Brunch Boxing, listened into a live stream that they did. I thought it was excellent. Obviously, I follow them on Twitter, and you should too. It looks like the PBC is going to have a very, very busy fourth quarter. And for fight fans in the United States of America, that is a very, very, very big thing and a very important thing and a very overdue thing. Now, before I get into the details of it, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you are a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for your continued support. It really makes a big deal to the channel. So, in a tweet that came out from Brunch Boxing, I want to read this to you. PBC fighters slated for fourth quarter returns: Manny Pacquiao, Gervonta Davis, David Benavidez, Jermell Charlo, Keith Thurman, Rolly Romero, Jamal Charlo, Sebastian Fundora, Gary Antoine Russell, Gary Russell Jr., Stephen Fulton, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, David Morrell. Now we're going to get to some of the people you may not know as well. Armando Resendez, my guy, Rayo Valenzuela, Ray Vargas, Yoani Hernandez, Mark Magsayo, Brandon Figueroa, Caleb Plant, Elijah Garcia, Israelandi Lara, Frank Martin, Carlos Adams, Alberto Puello, and Jesus Ramos of the infamous offer that did not get to him from Jaron Boots Ennis. So as you can see, that should be a good number of fights. I think that looks like maybe 2 fight cards, maybe 3 fight cards in the fourth quarter. And so that would maybe one every other month or one a month for the last 3 months of the year. I think that would be absolutely fabulous. Now, when I was listening to the live stream, and it was on this Saturday, they also kind of said, hey, man, you know, one of these cards, the one for Gary Antonio Russell, whose name was not listed in one of the ones that I just gave you, Gary Antonio Russell is slated to return in November to a card that they're trying to put on in Texas. So they said, hold on, man, look at these fights that are taking place in Texas. Can we possibly be getting an Errol Spence Jr. fight towards the end of the year? Now, if you spent any amount of time looking at Errol Spence Jr. and seeing like his Instagram and all of that, Errol looks like he is in absolutely terrific shape. He doesn't look like he's cut to make weight for a fight, but just looks like he's in very, very good shape. Looks like he's in very good spirits, enjoying life, out with his kids. I believe his son plays soccer, his daughter plays soccer, and he's out there kicking soccer balls around. But look, man, he's also teasing that this guy is going to return, also showing pictures of him in the ring. I think that the return for Errol Spence Jr. would be exactly what boxing needs. Number one, he's not somebody that engages in a lot of foolishness. He's not one of the new generation of fighters that are coming along slightly after him, the 20-something crew who engage in a lot of yap, a lot of talk, a lot of foolishness. And then when they get inside the ring, the fight is anything but what they promised it to be, winds up being a snooze fest. Where Errol Spence Jr. is somebody that every time out fights top competition, every time out, and puts on an exciting fight every single solitary time out, even though, he looked very, very bad against Terrence Crawford, but still had the heart, got in the ring, did the best he could, went at Terrence Crawford, even though he looked weak and didn't look like he was in the right state of mind or the right physical shape for that fight. I think that the return to Errol Spence Jr. is going to be something I'm really looking forward to. Now, where is it going to be? If you look at the kind of the layout of the land, you have Keith Thurman versus Sebastian Fundora. That is supposed to be taking place. I do believe that fight is going to be in October. You could have the winner, and obviously the winner of that is going to be too fast to get to Errol. And that was where Errol Spence Jr. was aimed at before he took this longer layoff, was the fight with Sebastian Fundora, but he just, for whatever reason, that didn't take place. But at the very least, Errol Spence Jr. is open to fighting Sebastian Fundora, who's the WBC champion and also is within the PBC. So the winner between Keith Thurman and Sebastian Fundora very well could fight Errol Spence Jr. And that is something that really, to tell you the truth, would work for the PBC, not just for Errol Spence Jr., but for Sebastian Fundora as well. Sebastian Fundora is probably the best guy in that division, even though my guy Fahim Sator said Keith Thurman is about to sleep him. I don't see that. Oh my God, I can't see it. But if he could get if Sebastian Fundora could get back-to-back fights with Keith Thurman and Errol Spence Jr., and he's able to win those, that's going to do a lot for the name cachet of Sebastian Fundora, especially as being a Mexican American, and there's a lot of Mexican fans. It really could set up very well for him. I just going to tell you though, I really wish Errol. My personal preference is that Errol just takes 2 or 3 tune-up fights, looks spectacular in 2 or 3 tune-up fights. Probably 2 tune-up fights. No need to get no need to get into too many wars right before you step up. But maybe one, maybe 2 tune-up fights before he steps in there with somebody like Sebastian Fundora. And it should be somebody tall and somebody he has to where he has to dip up underneath the jab to get there. Also allow Errol to adjust and acclimate to the 154-pound weight division if he's not just going to go all the way up to 160. That's another match that I think would be a very interesting match, but very typical fight for Errol to win is if he was to move up to 160 and fight Erislandy Lara. Now, Erislandy Lara is on the list of the people that are going to be fighting. They're slated to return. And also, please understand the word slated means that they're looking. It's not a guaranteed thing. But anyway, I'm excited about this fourth quarter for the PBC. Hopefully they can get the fourth quarter going hard and then the first quarter of next year going tough because, man, this Europeanization of American boxing, I'm not enjoying it very much. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.